"You should smile more." This creepy old guy at my gym told me that every single morning for 3 months straight, and I finally had enough. I'd been going to this 24-hour gym since January because my work schedule was crazy and it was the only time I could work out. Every morning at 6 a.m., like clockwork, this dude Gary would be there doing his weird stretches by the mirrors. The guy was probably in his 60s, wearing these gross tank tops that showed way too much chest hair, and he had this creepy mustache that made him look like he belonged on a wanted poster. The first time he said it, I was on the treadmill with my headphones in, just trying to get through my cardio. This guy walks up, taps me on the shoulder, and when I take out my earbuds, he goes, "You should smile more, sweetheart. Pretty girls like you look so much better when they're happy." I just gave him this fake smile and put my headphones back in, thinking he'd get the hint. But nope, every single day after that, same thing. Smile more. Come on, where's that beautiful smile? Life's too short to be so serious all the time. It didn't matter if I was lifting weights, stretching, or literally dripping sweat after a workout, this guy would find me and tell me to smile. The worst part was that other people started noticing. This one morning, I was doing squats, and Gary comes over with his usual line. When I ignored him, he actually grabbed my arm and said, "Hey, I'm talking to you. The least you could do is acknowledge me when I'm being nice." That's when Jake, this college kid who was always there, stepped in and told Gary to back off, but Gary just laughed and said, "Mind your own business, kid." I'm just trying to brighten her day. I started changing my workout times, going later in the morning or earlier, but somehow Gary always found me. It was like he was tracking my schedule. One day I came in at 5:30 a.m., thinking I'd beat him there, and he was already waiting by the front door. "There's my favorite girl. Where's that smile I've been missing?" After 2 months of this crap, I decided to do some research. I asked Emma, the girl who worked the front desk, about Gary. Turns out this guy had been a member for like 5 years, and multiple women had complained about him. But the gym manager was this old boys club type who kept saying Gary was harmless and just being friendly. Emma told me 3 women had actually canceled their memberships because of him. That's when I found out Gary worked as a security guard at the mall downtown. Perfect. I started my plan on a Tuesday. I drove to the mall during his shift and watched him for a few hours. This guy spent half his time hitting on teenage girls working in the food court and following women around to make sure they were safe. It was disgusting. But here's where it gets good. I noticed Gary had this habit of leaving his security station to flirt with the Victoria's Secret employees. He'd just abandon his post for like 20 minutes at a time. So I started documenting everything. I took videos of him harassing the girls at Hot Dog on a Stick, photos of him leaving his station unattended, and I even recorded him telling this mom with a stroller that she'd be prettier if she smiled. Then I made friends with Brianna, who worked at the pretzel place. She was 17 and told me Gary made her so uncomfortable that she'd hide in the back whenever she saw him coming. She said he'd ask her about school, her boyfriend, and whether she lived alone. Classic predator behavior. I spent 3 weeks building my case. Photos, videos, timestamps, witness statements from the food court employees. Then I called Gary's supervisor and sent everything over. But I didn't stop there. I also sent it to Mall Corporate, posted it on the mall's Facebook page, and sent it to a local news station that does those consumer watch segments. Gary got fired within 24 hours. But the best part happened the next morning at the gym. I walked in for my usual workout, and there was Gary doing his stretches like nothing had happened. He sees me and walks over with that gross smile. "There's my girl." You know what I'm going to say. I just smiled at him. Like the biggest, brightest smile I could manage. "Actually, Gary, I heard you got fired yesterday. That must really suck." But hey, I leaned in close. "You should smile more. Life's too short to be so serious all the time." His face went completely white. He tried to stammer out some response, but I just walked away. 5 minutes later, Emma told me Gary had packed up his stuff and left. She said his membership got canceled that same day after 4 more women came forward with complaints. The gym felt different after that. Better.